Se echaron a mi pecho y de ti me enamoré. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás, Yolanda? ¿Qué pasó, Yolanda? Te busqué, Yolanda. Y no estás, Yolanda. ¿Qué pasó, Yolanda? Te busqué, Yolanda. Y no estás, Yolanda. ¿Dónde estás, Yolanda? ¿Qué pasó, Yolanda? Te busqué, Yolanda. Y no estás, Yolanda. Se va.
Welcome back, everyone. And thank you, everyone else, for joining. Professor Jaideep, Nicholas, so nice to see you guys. Thank you for taking out the time and coming out today. I see a lot more people joining in, so thank you. 1 second, I'm just fixing this. All right, now I can see you all in front of me. It's been so exciting to have all of you here. All right, so I'm going to stop this open house. And once again, I'm going to invite Richa next to me to come and set some context for this open house. Richa, come, please.
You both can be there. Hi, everyone. Are we all set for the open house? How's everyone doing?
Fantastic.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. It's been such a pleasure hosting such a diverse group this year. I wanted to sort of, bring in the diversity that we have. I think we have more than 50% female participation this year, which is amazing. So we're becoming more and more inclusive, and it has happened with most of our programs. And this year as well, we've had representation of at least 15 countries, so which is amazing. And of course, we've had a whole bunch, and the age range of the cohort has been between 16 to 51 years. So which is, again, like a very exciting diversity. I know we all have issues with, very interdisciplinary groups, but I think it went really well for most of us. So thank you so much once again. I actually wanted to set a quick context for people who are watching apart from this Zoom, because we are on live on our YouTube and other places, and people who have been invited. I wanted to sort of talk about why we started this program. And one of the primary reasons has been that back in 2015, the world got together to work on the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And of course, we all are facing this really unique convergence of economic crisis, political crisis, social crisis, all kinds of crises that have come together. And while we all decided to work together towards the SDGs, there's a deficit of $2.3 trillion every year to realize these SDGs. So for us, for Makers Asylum, for all the partners that got on board, the important part of this entire program was to foster community-led ownership to work on the SDGs, because all of us, you, me, Vaibhav, all of us in this room can make a difference. And all of us can create impact. And that's the whole ethos of the program when we started back in 2016. So it's been almost 6 years of running it. And this is the 12th edition of the program. So, and I'm really excited that all of us have been able to gather here virtually, irrespective of all the crises that we've been facing for the last 1.5 years. And it's amazing that technology enables us now, even when we are in different parts of the world, to do that, even though we can't move. So just a quick background about the program. It's a 2 weeks long experiential learning program. We've hosted this program physically in Mumbai, in Paris, and we've been doing this virtually now since 2020 December. And this is the 3rd edition of the program virtually that we've hosted in different formats. And again, like I said, it's experiential, it's age agnostic, and it brings in together very different kind of people to add different perspectives, because it's important that we listen to everyone's perspective when we're solving complex issues. And so far, just from a perspective of impact, we've tackled 12 SDGs in the last couple of years. We have an alumni of over 700 people in 25 countries, and we worked on solutions aligned to the SDGs over 100 plus. And I think this year, another 16 get added to it. So it's been really exciting to sort of see everyone come together for this program. So thank you once again. And I'm going to pass this on to Vaibhav to give you a little bit of context about the methodology and what we've been going through for the last 2 weeks.
Thanks, Richa. So most of you guys have gone through this. It's kind of fun to look at this slide once again at the end of the program, just to see the journey that we've all come through and how it's been. We started, if you remember, on day 1, there was a lot of talking and we learned about the SDGs. It was the most important day because that was when the context of why, what we're doing, what are the kind of problems, all of that got set and put in front of us. That was also the day that all of us came together for the first time, the larger team of the SDG School. For me, the SDG School is one team. Yes, I do understand there are 16 teams, but all of you all are one team for me. And you guys proved that this year once again by collaborating with other teams and exchanging ideas openly. And that's really the ethos of this entire program. So once we started with introduction to SDGs, we went into design thinking, problem framing, assumption testing, understanding what are head things, what are the real facts, going into solution brainstorming, skill bazaars, picked up a few exciting skills. I hope they were fun. Yeah, give me a thumbs up if you did. Yes, no, no, okay. Okay, good. Onwards to prototyping and now the open house. So it's been a fun, interesting journey. For some of us, it didn't make sense in the beginning, but I think, is it making sense now? Yes, no? If you look back, yeah, awesome. Well, it's been fun running through this with everyone. What's that?
That's a slide that I've put in. But yeah, I just wanted to sort of also talk about like the different SDGs that we've tackled this year. So there are at least 4 SDGs around good health and well-being. We've tackled quality education. We were looking at responsible consumption and production and sustainable cities and communities. So everyone has collectively gotten together to really work on these 4 SDGs this year. And hopefully all our solutions will be really exciting as soon as the teams get to presentation.
That slide actually is quite interesting because this is from back in the day when we used to host the program physically. The photographs that you see over here were from SDG School Paris. And I think I see some from the SDG School in Mumbai. It was quite cool. It was different times. I mean, a lot of you guys would remember those times, you know, when we used to meet physically, sit down together, brainstorm on pieces of paper, like use physical Post-its and put them down. It seems like a decade ago, but it was just about 2 years back that we used to do that. There were also some interesting times. It used to be really hard to control 100 people. I think some of the professors in the room will really empathize with that. Just imagine having 100 people in front of you in one room. It would have been a complete chaos right now. We would be scrambling around, running, finding chairs, trying to keep people quiet, not to talk. But check this out. It's so cool. I press one button over here, everyone goes mute. All right, onwards.
And this has been a little bit of the program timeline for everyone looking at it. We started the applications in March this year. We closed the application process in May. June, we started commencing the program, which was on 28th of June, and today is the 9th of July. And today is the day where we're looking at the open house and advisory. We have amazing partners this year who've come in on board, and we're hoping to also host some post-program incubation hours for certain specific projects that have gone and synced up with some of the partners this year. I do know of 3 or 4 of them that are already in the stages of sort of going into pilot discussions and trying to sort of see how they can implement it on the ground, so which is amazing and exciting as well. And we're hoping to showcase all of this at the end of the year at UNESCO, where we'll be hosting all the projects from the year. And that's again in progress, the conversation, and hopefully we'll be able to invite all of you guys back with the solutions going forward, and the program cycle continues. So we have a next cohort that is planned in December, which we will be hosting again, and UNESCO will be hopefully hosting a bunch of the presentations and the progression of the projects end of this year as well. So that's a little bit around the timeline of the program. And of course, like I mentioned, these are some of the SDGs that we've been working on this year. So without further ado, I want to sort of also show you some of the glimpses and the snippets of the last couple of days. We couldn't capture a lot of the photograph because taking screenshot is not as fun as, taking out your camera and taking pictures, but like some sessions, that's Bass over there. He's doing his prototyping session, which he conducted, where everybody got together to make prototypes at home, which is really fun. Do you guys remember Bass's session?
Yes.
Yeah, so that was Bass. He was talking about building.
I would actually also highlight Jaita over here. I like your post, Jaita.
Jaita. Yeah, we wanted to capture some poses.
Awesome.
This is from this morning, when everyone got a little, I don't know, emotional a little bit when we were saying our goodbyes this morning. So this is a little capture. And hopefully
she didn't capture the "We Will Rock You" part.
Yeah, we did not capture the dance. So sorry about it. We'll do that again as part of this. That's all our mentors. You can see Jaydeep, he's back here, Nicholas, Pratibha, Ikanto, Poonam, Rosita, all of them are here in the room to cheer you today. So we're going to meet them again. And yeah, so coming to the open house. So now I have a random order of presentations. So guys, just be ready and prepared to be called upon. Arsh, could you give access to everyone for sharing their screens so that they can present their presentation in the format that they need to? So the way that this is going to work is we're going to have 5 minutes of pitching by each team. So we have 16 teams today who will be pitching in for 5 minutes for the next 80 minutes, hopefully, to about 90 minutes. And then we will not have Q&A right now, but after the pitching sessions, we will be closing with the advisory talk. So we'll call upon all our mentors, our partners, everyone to give them some advice, feedback. What did you think about the session? And then we will be opening out the breakout rooms where everyone can go in, just, casually have a conversation, because we feel that the Q&A sometimes does not lead to a lot of conversation. So we wanted to keep the last part of it a little bit of open session where you can hop into each of the teams, talk to them, get to know them a little bit more. And that session sort of goes on in the evening for all the teams to also get to know each other. So that's how we've sort of planned the day. And the open house is going to be about, like I said, 5 minutes each. So are we all ready to surprise the first team that's coming in? I'm not, this time we've not given anyone the order. So I'm just going to call upon the team. So it's Happy Buzz. Happy Buzz, are you guys here?
Yeah, we are here.
Okay, awesome. Happy Buzz. Arsh, could you give them rights to share their screen and
Done.
also
Please
pin
keep-
them up?
And Arsh, please keep track of time. You can stop them as soon as they're
Yes.
done.
Sure.
All right, Happy Buzz. All right, everyone wants to cheer them before they go, the first team.
Before we do that, can everyone from that team raise their hand so I can start pinning you guys?
Yeah, Happy Buzz. So as a format, if everybody can raise your hand so that Arsh can pin you on the screen as soon as we call you in. Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right, team Happy Buzz, the first one for SDG School 2021. The floor is all yours.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We are just going to share our team. Hello, everybody. Good evening. We are the Happy Buzz team. Just allow us to start our presentation. So here you go.
Video is on. Video.
For Rahul, how many people felt his pain? Aren't we all experiencing Rahuliness? Hey, I'm Elodie, and here we represent a change experience of our life. Here with the team Happy Buzz sympathize with this experience and are thoughtful to cope up with this prolonged challenge of loneliness and the disconnect with humans with our teammates Darshana, Jayeta, and Sima.
So this is a small glimpse of the story of Rahul, my 26-year-old neighbor, enjoying traveling and networking, who is now experiencing anxiety and depression in this pandemic time because of isolation. People in the age group of 25 to 40 are at the peak of their whole life experience, be it their professional life or the family life cycle, their spouse, their kids, or the elderly parents. They manage and share happiness and contribute to the well-being in all the spheres, be it the family, be it the workplace, or their own personal aspiration. So the question is, how can we be happy? How can we restore happiness in Rahul and extend it to others?
Yeah, so not to worry, because we, the Happy Buzz team, believes that we have the solution for Rahul to make him happy. So here we present our solution, our app, Happy Buzz. It's an interactive artificial intelligence assistant which will help Rahul to be happy anytime, any day, anywhere he is. So understanding his situation, here we bring the Happy Buzz app. So he's just to click the button, and here are all the smart features which he can explore. So let's see the features one by one. So first, the emotion check. Here's a wonderful option for him. Just click the button emotion check. The Buzz assistant will see his emotions according to the mood. He'll start interacting with him. One day, suppose he's not able to talk to anybody. No one is picking up the phone. Not to worry, Rahul. Here we have Talk to Me button. So here, instantly, the friendly chatbot will appear and he can talk anytime, any duration he wants, any day. Also, we have affirmations which can help him affirm happiness anyway. Also, the smart feature, which is Make My Happy, have these options. So these are the beautiful features. He can have a joke anytime he wants. He can make his mood lighter with the face filters. He can go on a virtual tour, or he can also help someone, which can make him happy as well. Also, sometimes maybe Rahul is not having the option to suggest what song he should listen or a movie. Not to worry, he has this feature, suggest me a song. All his favorite genre will come and he has the song for his mood. Then shopping makes everybody happy. So we have a beautiful feature, Shop for Me, which will help him to shop his own likings, what he wants to. Also, the interesting feature is the happy coach, the live coach. He can connect with him anytime, anywhere he wants and make himself happy again.
That was an amazing human interface, Simar. When Rahul tried this app, he was instantly rejuvenated, marveling at the amazing spectrum of joy at his fingertips. Once he shared this exciting journey with his friends, we have been receiving many such requests for this wonderful experience. Our vision is to transform the lives of many young men and women like Rahul through our Happy Buzz app and create a generation of well-adapted, happy, young, urban workforce. Happy Buzz also aims to create social impact by training underprivileged children in computer skills. So thank you all for listening. It was a pleasure presenting to you. Goodbye from the Happy Buzz team.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Great work.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Amazing. Next up, we have Curious Cosmos. Curious Cosmos, raise up your hand and we'll give you the stage. All right, Devi, go ahead and your team. I am stopping share. Your time begins now.
So can you share your screen, Simar?
Devi, you start. I'll share it in a bit.
Okay, so I start. Hello, we are team number 4, Curious Cosmos, formed of Anshu, Oki, Sanchita, Sima, and myself, and we worked on SDG number 3, good health and well-being. And we addressed our kids spending too much time in front of screens issue.
Okay, to cry.
Yeah. I'll be sharing my screen now, so just give me a second. So I think more important in the teammates that David just gave, it is more important to introduce you to the real people for whom we are trying to solve a problem. So just give me a second. This is 8-year-old one. As you can see, he's busy behind his screen, and he's very fond of. Am I audible? Is my screen visible? I lost connection suddenly.
No, we cannot see anymore your screen. You need
Yeah.
to share it again.
Just please give me a minute because I got booted out of the meeting. One second.
Okay.
Yes, we can see now.
Yes, perfect.
Okay. And this is his 10-year-old brother, Chen. As you can see, he's also busy behind his screen. As you may have noticed, he is into gaming as well. He's wearing a Minecraft t-shirt for people who don't know. And it's easy to find him on Twitter. He's 10-year-old. He's got 2 handles on Twitter. And he's to anybody who he wants to interact with, including the President of the United States of America. He has a YouTube channel. He has 25 subscribers. He's looking to grow that. Or he's also found on Discord. For some of you who don't know, this is a social network for gamers. Now, this is his 8-year-old child. I just want to give you a glimpse, and please, Seema, do give me a thumbs up if you can hear the sound.
No.
And subscribe to my channel and tell us the comments below. Bye. If you like my channel, give it a thumbs up. See me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And subscribe to my channel and tell us the comments below. Bye.
So yes, it all sounds very nice, cute, fun. But, you know, as a mother of these 2 boys, I am very concerned. And, here they are deeply upset because of some video game that they lost. I try to budget their time. And now because of online schooling as a mother, I'm very, very concerned the number of hours that they spend behind the screen. Because of the school, and then also because of all the time that they spend on social networking and gaming. So this is the problem that my team is trying to solve. I'll move over to Seema.
I think today, in the age of screens and social media, we have enough statistics to show that 41% of children in their teens are facing depression. I mean, this is a given. We all are aware of this. But if unaddressed, this chronic stress and anxiety would result in shorter lifespan, unhealthy adults, unproductive population, bigger healthcare burden on the society. So how can we disconnect from the global screen addiction and reconnect with ourselves? So when we pondered over this problem, especially among the children, we also saw that nature plays an important role in a child's development. And therefore, today we have top universities like Harvard prompting colleges to include emotional intelligence and resilience as part of the curriculum to prepare students for today's workforce. And therefore, our solution is, as the name indicates, heading out. Now I'd like to pass on to Sanchita.
Research suggests that the effects of nature may go deeper than providing a sense of well-being, helping people reconnect with themselves, reducing stress and anxiety. Our solution is an app that prompts children to head out and demonstrate outdoor activities, and it rewards children based on how well they have associated themselves with nature and their peers. We plan to partner with schools to introduce this as a part of academics. So this will be an mandated worksheet, and children will get that push to head out. Now, Hauke will elaborate on how the app would work. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, ladies. So for the prototype that we've thought of, you can see that here. We thought of a minimal viable product that really is limited to the functionalities to use only the core elements of our solution, which is basically the activity as well in nature, the community connection, and as well the reduced phone usage. On the left screen, you can see just a screen to sign up or log in. And from this page, then you will be taken to the map view that you can see in the middle. Green pins in that map represent nature activities, blue represents community activities, and red represents time-sensitive activities. And once an activity is selected, the name of the activity, the difficulty, and other people that are interested in the activity will be displayed to you, so you can connect with them and organize a plan together with them. When you go out on such an activity, your phone will be locked for the duration of the experience and only accessible for phone calls, basically for emergencies. And on the last screen that you can see now is the time measured that you have spent doing these activities and therefore not have been abusing your phone. To further encourage as well the users, rewards will be given out at a certain milestones. Here you can see at 25 hours spent outside at activities. And last but not least, the final section showcases that the people that you've been interacting with, that you had adventures with, and it's encouraging you to catch up with those people one more time and plan another adventure. And for that, we would like to thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation just as much as we enjoyed preparing for you.
Great work, Curious Cosmos. That was awesome. Really a relevant problem for today and a great solution. Thank you, guys. Next up, we have Green Geeks. Green Geeks, please go ahead, raise your hands so we can give you the stage. Team Curious Cosmos, please stop sharing your screen. Yes.
Leo. Can you spotlight Leo or Leandro as well?
All right, go ahead.
Can you share your screen, Babia?
Yes.
Thanks.
Great, your time begins now. Go ahead.
Please share it.
Here you're bringing up your screen.
Okay, should I?
Leo, can you present? What? Can you present?
No, I cannot.
Okay, I'm doing that. 1 second, sorry.
Yeah, please.
Hello, everyone. We are Green Geeks, and we are looking at the problem of Sustainable Development Goals number 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities, making your community green. Who are Green Geeks? We have Alia from India, Leo from Panama, myself, Bhavya from India, Shreyas from India, and Dimitri from France. This is the flow of our presentation. So here is a small story of Tria, the story of a tree. Around 20 years ago, there lived a happy plant named Tria. When Tria was growing up, the birds used to chirp around it. It used to play with the kids, friends, and its family to spread joy to the humans around and regularizing the environment. Alas, the day had come when Tria became alone because all its friends and family members were cut by humans that used to play with it during the childhood. And also, it was Tria's turn to get cut down. It wasn't able to understand the reason behind it being demolished. Tria thought, I contribute to good environment, clean air, improve air quality, provide oxygen, and contribute to the climate as well. Yet I am being cut. The rest is history. So here we are, the Green Geeks, to ensure that Tria lives for the eternity.
So what stands out from Tria's story is how much Tria actually helps humans, and humans seem to have forgotten that. As a result, people today are living in clouds of pollution, especially many of us in India, where you can visit 21 out of the world's top 30 most polluted cities. High on this list of India's polluted cities is Kalyan. Kalyan is a neighboring city of Mumbai governed by the Kalyan-Dombivli Municipal Corporation. The real-time data of the Air Quality Index, the AQI for Kalyan, reflects high pollution with a constant rise in temperature. So Kalyan was clearly really facing a problem, and it was something that all the Green Geeks could relate to and felt strongly about. So while the situation seemed to be rather dire, a positive sign for us was there was already a green thought or green trend in place at the Kalyan-Dombivli Municipal Corporation, which was shown by certain policies that they had introduced, such as there is a 5% property tax subsidy for households in Kalyan who compost their wet waste. So therefore, our problem evolved into a behavioral change idea to improve the life of someone living in Kalyan, where the air quality index demonstrates a high air pollution level that is harmful to health via this multi-channel Green the Neighborhood campaign. Now, Shreyas is going to tell you more about what goes into this campaign.
So the background to our problem statement is very well documented and researched. Let's quickly dive into the solutions. We've identified several solutions and laid them down in a 3-year roadmap. The reason to do that is to ensure that the benefits derived from every small step are carried forward and ultimately feed into the bigger movement and amplify the impact. In the first year, we want to create an intervention at an identified target spot, which is a very busy street that witnesses thousands of motorists every day. We have created a hybrid approach with some soft and hard interventions both. While Leo will take you through the prototypes and explain the solutions, we are hoping that the momentum gathered from this first phase will allow us to swiftly move to the second phase, where we intend to involve the local community of Kalyan through a bunch of activities. With the success from first two phases, we shall have proof of the pudding for us to confidently proceed to phase 3 and look at some policy level interventions. Our ultimate and perhaps audacious goal is to attempt laying down a strong foundation for a model that can be replicated in similar contexts. Leo will now take you through the prototypes.
So here's our 3D concept of the prototype. The main challenge, as we explained before, is that this concept needs to hit a nerve on the motorists in the community and create awareness of the impact that, for example, carbon emissions have on the environment. This area that we are seeing is characterized by different things, as you can observe. For example, we have vertical gardens on both sides of the roads. We also added in the image below a subtle impact, for example, like changing the green light with a green tree light. There's also on top of the traffic light, another display on the traffic so people can observe the current AQI, which is the air quality index. This display will also serve for displaying, let's say, good practices to decrease the pollution. And you can see that there's also a QR code that can lead people for our app Tria, which we are going to explain later. So this is Tria. This will be mostly for our second part of the roadmap. We have the implementation of the Tree app. And the Tree app will give information to the members of the community on sustainable actions that they can do to improve their communities and transform it into a green city. This application not only will tackle the behavior of people, but can be used as a first step for scaling this up into other communities that are facing the same problem.
To back up our solution, we decided to do an impactful social business model for the community of Kalia to help us transform and put an impact on the tree planting and the weather changing in Kalyan, so that we will better impact the society and have more green towns. So we will do this by putting the community involved in our activities, and the heads of the city will help us implement this by leveraging tools and technology to make accessible for everyone. So we think that we can do this all together because we are all trying to change the society. So, ensemble, faisons une planète plus claire et plus propre. Kalyan Karo.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Amazing work, guys. Really love the presentation. Thank you so much. Really, really excited that you went ahead with the behavioral design solution and really empathized on that. So that was great work. Next up,
thank you.
I have team Espions.
Hello, everyone. Can I have team Espions?
Great. The stage is all yours. Your time begins now.
Hi, I'm Monali, and we are Team Espions. Said, Vikram, Akshata, and Justin. We are here to present a solution for SDG 4, quality education. COVID-19 led to school closures that kept 90% of all students out of school, reversing years of progress on education. What if the pandemic stays for long What if institutions won't open soon? Are institutions prepared? Here goes our problem statement. Due to COVID-19, educational institutions like Ashoka University have to conduct courses like BSc Economics and Finance online. To cope up with the change, educators have to experiment with new methods of evaluation, example for exams, in a stipulated time frame. Students face challenges in adapting to these experimental evaluation methods, causing performance pressure, leading to devalued degrees and having a negative impact on their morale. How can an evaluation methodology be designed for remote courses that can result in fair evaluation, retaining the morale of both the students as well as the educators? We need to accelerate the pace of education to reverse the damage. And as you all know, each of our brains are wired differently. So one size doesn't fit all. So the solution is to transform education to adopt personalization. Just like Calvin, each student is different. What if Calvin could find another Hobbes who helps him perform best? Here is Hobbes for every Calvin. Tutor Assist, a personalized learning experience driven by Internet of Things and artificial intelligence for every Calvin in us. Tutor Assist is an onboarding kit that comprises of headphones and an app designed to accelerate the learning for every student. The kit comprises of refurbished Bluetooth earphones with EEG sensors manufactured from recycled plastic. EEG sensors sends brain signals to determine the emotional state of mind. The kit is configured with the students' areas of interest like sports, music, in order to stimulate the brain. These are Calvin's real-time brain signals: excited, beta; relaxed, alpha; drowsy, theta. These signals are captured by the EEG sensors located in the headset and sent via Bluetooth to the mobile app that connects to an AI engine to create a customized learning plan for Calvin. The university uploads lectures recorded and evaluations created by teachers to the cloud, and the app downloads them on demand. The app displays tough concepts and triggers evaluations whenever Calvin is excited and in a focused state of mind. Simple quizzes and easy topics are displayed when Calvin is relaxed and displays some interesting facts like news related to stars and galaxies to stimulate Calvin's brain and bring him back to an excited state. Here are the benefits of Tutor Assist: refurbished, recycled plastic headphones, evaluations embedded as a part of learning, preloaded lectures, and evaluation material by your own university teachers, captures your area of interest to stimulate your brain before tough evaluations, personalized schedule algorithms designed to adapt to your own body clock, efficient learning that leverages mental state that is apt for evaluation, and boosts morale of students as well as educators, as every student fares best in evaluations. So here goes our business model, and we would be honored to work with UNDP Accelerator Labs, Makers Asylum, Fab Lab, and Ashoka University to help Tutor Assist reach every student in the world. Happiness isn't good enough for me. I demand euphoria. And Calvin's quest for knowledge continues. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. This was a small presentation from our team.
Great work, Team Espions. You guys really, really did well. And once again, yes, thank you very much for presenting a very, very valid problem statement. Great to see that you're working with Ashoka University and you had that in there. So that's very, very good. Okay, onwards to United Gmpb. Gempb.
So I actually wanted to tell everyone this GEMPB are the places where we all come from. So Pavon is from Grenoble and Edward is from Edmonton. I am from Pune. Nimisha is from Mumbai and Chetna is from Bangalore. So we came across United GEMPB. Yeah, go ahead, Pavon.
Okay, so welcome everybody. We are United Gmpb, and this is our project or our solution. But at first, I want you to imagine the scenario, right? So you just got your dream job. You are getting ready, really enthusiastic, really excited for your first day. Early in the morning, you arrive, and just hoping, just waiting for the first client to arrive. He eventually arrives. And he goes to you and says, "Buenos días, ¿me podría ayudar con?" And you just sit there, completely shocked. You don't know what to respond. "Excuse me, sir, I don't understand." And he just replies, "Oh, no, simplemente necesito ayuda con." Is that Spanish? Is he speaking Spanish? Okay, I'm just going to ask for help real quickly because one of my coworkers could speak in Spanish and help him. So I signal somebody. I don't know him. In fact, I know nobody. No, I know nobody from my coworkers. He arrives. ¿Cuál es el problema, señor? ¿Qué sucede aquí? And you're shocked. Everybody is speaking Spanish. No, not a single soul in the workplace speaks in English. And suddenly, your dream job has become into a nightmare. You start panicking inside. I'm going to get fired. And if I get fired, I'll have to return to my old job, that horrible, horrible, horrible old job. Oh my God, this cannot be happening. And you might think, well, this is a really nice scenario, but what is the point, Juan? Well, the point is the following. This actually is happening. This actually happens a lot right now, especially in West Bengali, the wetlands of West Bengali. There is this hotel called Boreralo, and it's inside a inside a small community. And what happens is the following: is that the hotel actually needs staff that speaks in Hindi, and everybody from the community actually speaks Bengali, and almost nobody speaks in Hindi. As a result, everybody, all the staff from the hotel is hired from an external source, an external town. Nobody from the community actually benefits from that hotel. And you might tell, well, surely there has to be something else to do for them. And the answer is, yes, there is, but only one thing, and it's farming tea and fabricating tea. That's the only thing. Even worse, nobody from the community actually owns those tea farms or tea factories. So they are completely stuck. The only possible work with enough laboral expectations and enough laboral projections is that hotel. And nobody can get there because they lack skills, and nobody can do their own jobs. They can't offer their own services because they also lack skills, maybe language, maybe fabricating something else, a product, or simply telling, oh no, I can transport. No, nobody can do that, and that's a problem. So here at United GMP, we have the following solution. First, we gain support from third parties in order to organize skill set training sessions with the community. Second, we create an app and a communication network inside the community to inform the local population of workshops, courses, and activities in their area. All of that supported from those third parties. Third, all skill sets are acquired by the community. We propose locals into taking control of the local tourism or developing their own businesses for the benefit of the community. This is entirely focusing on their community. Fourth, we search for more partners for those emergent local businesses in order to help them with the necessary elements for them to start them, to effectively become independent from the classical tea factories or even the other sort, or even the hotel. 5, we closely monitor the progress of the community, and if necessary, we will modify the plan because sometimes it needs modifications. It's natural. And so that is our strategy. This is what we propose to you.
Awesome. Thank you, United Gmpb. It was so good to see how your team has collaborated across the world to make that happen. Up next, we have Team Eco Air.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. We are Team 6, and we are working on SDG 3. Our problem is poor in-house air quality, leading to mental and physical illness. Air pollution inside houses is a major issue in urban and suburban areas. In Delhi itself, 1/3 of the kids suffer from some sort of respiratory disease. Many of us think that air pollution is outside the house and it is not inside. But that's not the case. Did you know? And did you know that in most of the cases, the air inside your house is as dirty as it is outside? So what's the solution? The solution is air filters, right? Air purifiers. Let's buy some indoor home air purifiers. Now, before I proceed any further, I want you to answer me a question. How many of you have air purifiers at home? If you have an air purifier at home, you can just give me a thumbs up. Anyone? Okay, so none of you have air purifiers. Okay, I see some hands, thumbs up. So I asked the same questions to our other teammates and my family members, my parents, and other relatives. All had a similarity in their answers. They all said that the investment was not proportional to the problem. That is, they didn't feel like spending $500 to $1,000 on just an air purifier. So now our challenge was to create an affordable air purifier. Now my teammate Sai will explain our prototype.
Yeah, hi everyone, good evening. My name is Sai Prem. And I just want to say, like, air purifiers play an important role in indoor air purification. And the major part in India is the purifiers are very costly and the filters are really expensive in the overall maintenance. So we came up with an alternative solution as with a natural material and which is also sustainable is activated charcoal. Activated charcoal has the capability to absorb all the toxic VOCs and harmful gases and odors from the air. So we are utilizing it as a bags, and we are made a prototype out of it. So I would like to showcase it. So here is the charcoal which you are using. So it's an activated charcoal of a granular model, so which has a high porous structure in it. So it has been made in the form of a jute bag, which is also organic and sustainable material. And it has around 400 grams of charcoal in it. So this can be used anywhere when we can just place it on the table, and it filters out the air which is present in the homes. It can also be used not only in the home for filtration, it can also be used in kitchens. It can be used in washrooms, cars, wherever you want to remove the odor and everything. Thank you. Yes, Archit.
Yeah, and also the interesting thing is that it just costs around 200 rupees or 100 of the original cost of the air purifier. So even if we are like purifying small amount of air, we are improving the air quality of people's life. We're improving one step at a time. Thank you, everyone.
Great work, guys. Really exciting to see that. A nice, beautiful, frugal innovation. Let's see some, it'll be great to see some exciting test results and seeing how effective it is as we go along. Next up, we have Team Tutor Assist. Tutor Assist, please take over the stage. Team Tutor Assist, just raise your hands, we'll pin you.
Sorry, Tutor Assist is the name of our product. We are Team Espions and we are done. So which team are you referring to? Sorry.
I guess. Sorry, we had 2 slides with that name. Thank you for that. Let's go to Team Recce Kit.
It's recycle, actually.
Recycle. Go for it. It's yours.
Can I
Stage is yours.
start? I'd like to name my team members: Vinayak, Dilvin, Kimaya, and John. Is my screen visible?
Yes, please go ahead.
We've had it all wrong, everybody. The very last thing we need to do is clean the oceans and segregate our waste into bins and send them out to the municipalities. Let me complete. Yes, we're on the verge of the largest global extinction ever, and plastic is in the food chain. Yet, I'm telling you so. Why? Because that's not enough. We produce 400 million tons of plastic each year, half of which is just nearly one-time, single-time plastic use. And that's nearly equivalent to the entire human population. According to National Geographic, only 91% of the plastic that we use does not get recycled. That means that only 9% of the plastic we actually use is being recycled. So let me ask you a very simple question. What if you go into your kitchen to see this, an overflowing sink? Apart from panic, what exactly are your first instincts going to be? Grab a bucket, a mop, a plunger. But what we don't realize is that grabbing all those stuffs is pointless unless we do not switch the tap off. So sending out all those garbage bags to the municipalities, God knows what they're recycling, what they are not, how they're recycling, where they're recycling. So I believe the day we realize that baby steps and charity begins from home is important to us, we realize their importance, there's no battle that we can never win. Hence, we present before you our product, Recycled, that is probably the first ever product that merges the recycling phenomenon with the household. Thank you. Vinayak, you may continue. Hello.
Hello, can you please present the next slide? So, how to make people care about recycling, understand how it works, and do it as much as possible. So, we were working on the problem statement of how do we make recycling a part of everyday life of people and take it seriously. Next slide, please. So, we about the causes of this problem, we figured out that it wasn't very cost effective to recycle at home. There was a lot of complacency, lack of awareness, lack of infrastructure. Next slide, please. So next slide, I think we can skip this. So we figured out a solution for schools, colleges, and other communities to utilize. We chose our target audience as 13 to 18-year-olds because I believe that is a very impressionable audience. They are the future of our generation, and they are the kids who like to melt stuff. So they were in the intersection of all these three things. So we figured out that we want to create a solution for 13 to 18 years old. Yeah, next slide, please. So our solution was do-it-yourself recycling, a cheap and simple way for students to learn about recycling through making something using a mold and their oven. So it also helped them different sorts of plastics, how to identify them, and some of their properties. So they will recycle while learning. That is our USP. And John will take you through the process of recycling.
So hi everyone, so this is our current design. So it's a two-part crucible with a lid and a melting pot, where in the top piece, as you can see, it's just a lid that sits on top of it. And then on the bottom, there's a place to insert a mold. And this mold is where atop the plastic, or the plastic will sit on top of this, and this is where it'll melt and fit into this mold, so that way you can produce pretty neat objects. So the process for this is, after you stick all the plastic in, which is after the mold, then you stick it in the oven, and then you melt the plastic. After this time, depending on what plastics you're using and what density it's at, you take it out of the oven using oven mitts, whatever you have at home to take it out with, and then you would add some sort of apply pressure on top, and this is to prevent the plastic from warping after you're done heating it in the process of cooling. So you go to the next slide. Here are a couple of the molds that we've come up with so far. So in the upper left is a checkered board, not checkerboard, sorry, but rather a checkered pieces mold. And what this is as the plastic melts into it, it'll seep into this mold, and then you can get the checker chips from it. On the bottom of each of these molds will be little places for a magnet to sit, so that way it sits comfortably within the crucible and it doesn't move and will always seat in the right place every time. Then the bottom right is another mold where it's a standard ring size that we've made a mold for. And the best part about this design as a whole is that you can make your own molds using a 2-part silicone mold maker, and that's also compatible with this.
So this is our business model. We plan on selling our product through word marketing, NGOs, and government organizations, and directly to schools online, since our target audience is mainly 13 to 18-year-olds, and also through referrals. And to increase the market for our product, we will host events and workshops to make people aware about recycling at home and promote our product on social media too. Next slide.
So our kit will also have some documentation so that people could learn how to sort different kinds of plastics. So here are some examples of the major kinds of plastics that are used. We would mainly focus on PEHD, PELD, and polypropylene, as they are the most used and the more easy to work with. So here's also the recycling logos, so that people can figure out which plastic is used for what and know how to sort them well, because they are not compatible. So if you use different kinds of plastics for the same application, they might not mix well. And yeah, so they could try out different things and see what works out best for them.
Yeah, so regarding plastics, regarding pricing, we haven't figured it out exactly yet, but we came up with an estimation, and the whole kit is gonna cost around 6,000 to 7,000 rupees. 6,000 to 7,000 rupees, which is $100, and it will come with an instruction manual, gloves, sheets for melting plastics to avoid spillage, a crucible for melting, molds, and an optional compressing machine. So
thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for listening to us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I have an echo. Sorry, 1 second. Oh, sorry. Okay, that was amazing. Thank you so much. That was really exciting, and I see the comments on Jaddeep's comments on the chat. I think we could. It's the plastic recycling mold. I think that's really exciting. So okay, next up, we've got Fem Power. Are you guys ready? Can we put Fem Power up on the screen? Could you raise your hands? Okay, great. All right, good luck.
We have Piyusha as well. Yes.
Yes, so good evening all. We are your team Fem Power and I'm Rupali. So I would like to start. So by the picture you can see we are talking about menstruation and we'll be discussing about that. So before that I would like to share few words with you. So many years into evolution and yet menstruation remains a mystical yet disgusting thing for most of us. Going back to my days in school, menstruation was a secret we all shared and never acknowledged. So came up with the names and of course blank spaces in sentences that we understood so well. But menstruation was also taught in that way, where females students only lecture. I mean, when the male students got an extra hour to play games and a darkened room, a curt explanation of the biology and no time for questions. So this how used to, I mean, menstruation was used to introduce to our teenagers. So when we see menstruation being a biological function, every female or every woman menstruate about 40 years in her total lifespan, and it's around 2,400 days over her lifespan. Nisha, next slide. So the problem statement or the cause, the issue which we are concerned with is that menstruators mostly use sanitary pads or napkins, which are like in around their lifespan around 15,000, and creating some 250 to 300 pounds of waste over their lifetime. And this is only for one female, and we have lots of million female on planet Earth. So it takes 500 to 80 years for it to decompose. And this is the problem statement. But in current, this technical era, we know that we don't have only sanitary pad to manage a menstrual cycle. We have other products, as we can see in the picture. There are tampons with various applicators or without applicators. There are pads, there are cups. But do we actually, I mean, these are the market products, but are we really using all sustainable products, or are we really aware what we are dealing and how it is impacting the entire environment and the waste I mean, the stress it is putting onto the waste management systems and how they are doing. So here comes our SDG 12, where we are trying to solve our problem under sustainable production and consumption. Here I carry forward to Jasmine. Jasmine, you're on mute. Can you unmute?
Pardon me. Thank you, Rupali. So why is this a problem? The problem is because sanitary waste is toxic and it is hazardous to human health. Most of the chemicals from the waste reach the soil, causing groundwater pollution and loss of soil fertility. And sanitary products, as you know, are mostly used by women in the urban cities. A lot of women in the rural areas do not have sanitary pads that they use. In fact, they use substances which are more eco-friendly, might not be very convenient, but are not hazardous to the environment. So it's time to rethink about menstrual products. Here we list what the world has for us. It has the pros and cons in front of you, what the pads do. A cup, which is, you use about 5 cups per lifetime. You use 14,000 tampons per lifetime and 11,000 pads per lifetime. And if these pads and tampons are non-biodegradable, then it takes about 500 to 800 years for them to disintegrate, which causes pollution. So what can we do about it? And we've been thinking a great deal. I don't think we've come to narrow down to one particular solution, but here is what we list for you. So the main thing we thought, and everything came down to empowering women in the age group of 25 to 40 in urban cities to make a conscious switch to more eco-friendly sanitary products, because a lot of women didn't have an idea about what all was really present, what choices that they had, and are there biodegradable products that they can use. So creating awareness, encouraging discussion, by giving them more information about the pros and cons of each product, advertisements with and without celebrity endorsements, user endorsements, creating a safe space where women can come together and talk about their needs and share information with each other. Conducting school workshops, we start with little girls where we can empower them with information which tells them about what is environmentally friendly and why. So there are biodegradable sanitary pads and tampons, menstrual cups as it is, because of their lifespan, are more eco-friendly for us to use. So these are options that are available for every woman. And like we say, that female menstruation should be a bed of roses. For women and Mother Earth, every day should be a happy day. And I would like to thank Jayata, Piyusha, Rupali, everyone in the group for working so hard and putting everything together.
Hi, Dava.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Team Fem Power. That was really powerful. And thank you so much for really bringing that out, because as urban women, especially one myself, I think it was a very insightful conversation, and I definitely think it will generate a lot of insights for everyone else who's watching this presentation. All right, next up, we're by the way halfway into the presentations. We've done with 8 teams and we've got 8 more to go. So we can all give everyone a big round of applause. We've done with half and half to go, guys. An amazing presentation so far, by the way. Everyone's doing a fantastic, fantastic job. And so next up, we've got the heat waivers. Are you guys here? The heat waivers, can you raise your hands? All right, can we put up heat waivers, everyone? Arsh, okay, awesome.
Hello, everyone. So,
Hi.
yes, hello, everybody, and welcome to our project, Project Shaya. So, here with me are Prashi, Yogesh, Devesh, and myself, and Arunima is not here. Unfortunately, she could not join. So, we are the heat waivers. And so you've probably heard about the recent heat wave in Canada, which caused more than 500 deaths. And as you can see, this phenomenon happens also in India in multiple places. And it is more likely to increase in the following years. And the most affected person are poor people and slum dwellers inhabitants. So here comes a question: how can we protect slum inhabitants from heat waves? And we wanted to tackle through this problem the goal 11 from the Sustainable Development Goals, which is sustainable cities and communities. And I will let Devesh continue with our presentation.
Right. Yeah. So the area that and the localities that we are targeting through our solution are areas that are really congested, built where houses are built, concrete structures are built barely 1 feet apart from each other. There is no space for ventilation there's no place for ventilation or greenery. And these are the areas that are most susceptible to climatic, to natural disasters as well. And so so as Angel mentioned, the heat wave problem is bad right now and it's only going to get worse in the future. And the what is basically areas that are built, which are built site, concrete usually absorbs a lot of heat, and these usually form heat domes and urban heat islands. And slum areas are definitely the most susceptible to them. This is despite the fact that there's hardly any sunlight that reaches through, because houses are built on top of each other and sunlight usually does not permeate. So our solution basically focuses on how to tackle that heat problem, even though there is no sunlight. I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, coming up where we'll be implementing all this solution is in slums, because slum places are so congested, as my friend Devesh told, and that is also, you'll not have much spaces to walk in, which again will include a lot of heat. So the right focus and the right people are slums. And why should we focus on all these things is because a lot of nowadays we have seen that a lot of heat is being increased all over the world, and heat waves are generating all over the world, which leads to a lot of blackout. So going over, come on, let's travel through the street. So this is a street somewhere in a slum. You'll just get to know what you'll be able to see around all these places. It's just dumb garbage. But one thing that you can see, it's not hot here because it's just the other season. But think of a situation of people's life here in a hot season. Can you imagine that? Isn't it so harsh here to stay within that heat and all these things? So there's my teammate Prachi who's gonna say something on that.
So we came up with the solution of creating plant-based modular roofs to provide roof structuring. We suggest, We suggest that the community helps us build and place these plant-based roofs in their streets to protect them from formation of urban heat islands. The type of plants we suggest are primarily heat tolerant and creepers that'll help with the structure, covering of the tops, and fragrant as well. So heat-resistant plants like marigold are good, and creepers like gilloy will also help improving the health status of the community. They're a very famous medicinal plant in India. So this is our project poster. It is showing a bit of the visualization of our idea and how the plant-based roofs in those streets will look like. And as mentioned, our solution will be inspired by nature, easy construction. It will be modular and adaptable in design, and it will be community inclusive. Sorry. This is our business model, and I just quickly flip through it. We are planning to partner with the slum dwellers, the respective government authorities, nurseries for provision of plants, and small-time event agencies for helping us in our setup. And the revenue stream, if you'll see, we can promote creation of plant byproducts by the artisans of the community that can be sold to generate income for them. And maybe down the line, we can also expand this idea to open air community centers and again, implement community interaction over there as well.
So we wanted to tell a little story before ending our presentation. So here you can see Yogesh and Devesh, which are little children from Bangalore. And for some time, they were not able to play outside due to the heat wave and were struggling to this. But when Chaya project came to them, they helped build the plant roof and grow the plants, and they can now happily play in a shadow and fresh place. So I hope this story helped you understand better the project, and I hope you like this project. So thank you for listening to us, and this was the Heatwaver team.
Thank you, guys.
That was amazing, guys. I loved every bit of that presentation. It was so beautifully made. And I was searching for all your posters beforehand, but you haven't submitted it. So please go ahead and put your final submissions. I've not received it yet. All right. Thank you.
Sorry, I'll see to that.
No problem. But it was really beautiful. And I think I remember ideating with you guys at the time about this whole solution. And I think the way that you guys have visualized it is beautiful. So congratulations, amazing work. All right, guys. And remember, for everyone who's watching, this has just been 10 days, not even 10 days, 9 days of work. And these are such amazing, amazing solutions, ideas. So congratulations, everyone. I'm like thoroughly impressed. All right, next up, I want to call Team Refix. Are you guys here? All right, let's get Team Refix on, Arsh. All right, do we have everyone from the team? Okay.
Am I here? Can I start?
Yes, the floor is all yours, guys. Good luck.
Rahul, you have to increase the audio volume. They can't hear it.
Rahul, you'll have to share your
Yes.
sound as well when you
Yes,
share.
yes. I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it. I'm sorry.
No problem.
हेलो सर जी, मैं पालमपुर गांव से बात कर रही हूँ। आपसे 2 मिनट बात हो सकती है?
हाँ जी, जल्दी बोलिए, जल्दी बोलिए।
जी धन्यवाद सर जी। मेरी 10 साल की बेटी है, उसका ना कोरोना की वजह से स्कूल बंद हो गया है और वैसे भी सब कुछ ऑनलाइन हो गया है। अब तो उसकी पढ़ाई कर नहीं पा रही है क्योंकि हमारे पास कोई लैपटॉप या फोन कुछ नहीं है। तो मैं सोच रही थी अगर आप हमारी मदद कर पाए, अगर आप हमें फोन या लैपटॉप कुछ दे पाए जिससे मेरी बेटी पढ़ ले।
देखिए मैडम, ये काम मेरा नहीं है, ये सरकार का काम है। प्लीज आप किसी सरकार के अधिकारी से बात कीजिए। ये भी मैं हर किसी को लैपटॉप या फोन बांटता हुआ नहीं फिर सकता। प्लीज फोन काटिए, मैं बहुत बिजी आदमी हूँ। और अगर आपकी बेटी के पास कोई डिवाइस नहीं है, कोई लैपटॉप स्मार्टफोन नहीं है, तो उसे बोलिए अपनी पढ़ाई छोड़ दे।
Hey guys, that was a fake audio of imagination created by my teammates, Komal and Rajit. But the incident is true. A girl from Punjab have committed suicide as she has no device to continue her online education. This is not an independent story. It was a 14-year-old Devika Balakrishnan from my hometown of Kerala have committed suicide as she have missed online classes due to the inaccessible devices. The story doesn't stop here. A class 10 student of 14 years of age, 2 from Trichy, 2 from Dindikal, and the list goes on. See, this is what we have a field research, and that note from Adhika. My father has a phone, but not can be used for video. It's an old Nokia. My mother's phone cannot be used, and is no camera options or not even keypads. No one is supporting me. I cannot make continuous study either. My parents cannot afford us. Both of them lost their daily wages. This Atika have responded this to me, and then Atika is somewhere in this group. Sorry. A problem slide. And about 12.5% of either commit suicide or fall into mental depression as they have no device to continue their education.
26.78% of them do not have direct access to devices, and most of them end up quitting their education. A particularly at-risk age group here is children between the ages of 10 to 17. We want to focus on them, and their problem is very clear. The accessibility of devices to continue their online education would be a huge favor. We need children who can grow up to become adults who can create a sustainable and better world for us. We cannot let them quit, not on their lives or their education.
Sorry, my slide is making some problem.
How might we make devices accessible for rural kids to continue their online education?
We are Team Refix, Rural Education for India Exponential, and we work on quality education. We have 3 projects: Refix Donate, Refix Centers, and Refix Spaces. Rajat, it's to you.
So at Refix Donate is an online platform where you can donate your spare laptops, smartphones, desktops, projectors, or anything that would support a child's learning. At Refix Centers, it is a portable center equipped with 5 laptops and smartphones, which would provide an immersive learning environment, or what I would say, a portable immersive learning platform. These centers would include the devices which we got as a donation from the online platform. Coming to Refix Space, we know that nearly every rural village has at least one school or a college or an organization or maybe office space. We would convert this less used space to a learning space where the donated devices would be set up with an immersive learning atmosphere by using augmented reality and virtual reality.
So this is a model of Refix Center.
Okay, so can you provide me to focus out? Let's have a look.
So about in Refix space, 7% of colleges, in colleges, about 7% of systems in institutions are useless. I've talked with a couple of colleges where they are ready to spend their useless spaces to an useful learning atmosphere for the rural kids. Yes, they wanted to go frugal. Now, are you ready? Donate for change, collective, inclusive, and collaborative action. Let us make all our rural kids happy. We are Team Refix with Komal, Rajat, Arya, me, and Fortunate Ferrari from Zimbabwe. Thank you, guys. So everyone became immersive with our concept. No
I think they are probably empathizing with whatever we are sharing right now.
I think Richa got disconnected. That might be a more probable solution.
So if you have any useless spaces, please donate, as the team Refix is ready to, Refix is getting extra time. Even, a lot of us have this problem. So give us some space. We will convert it to a new space where we can support education of rural kids, of course. Vaibhav, Richa.
Sorry, my thing was on mute. Yeah, no, I said that. Thank you so much, guys. Really insightful, really exciting. Can we have next up Team Empathy? Do we have Team Empathy? Yep. Can we raise your hand? Okay, great. Team Empathy, can we put them up on screen? All right. The floor is all yours, guys. Good luck.
When I was just a little girl, everybody, my parents, my teachers, my neighbors, everybody told me just the same thing. Shh, don't talk, just listen.
When I was a child, I was taught that men shouldn't cry, boys shouldn't cry.
When I was a young girl, I always preferred not playing with dolls, but playing with mechanic kits or doctor's kits, and it wasn't well received.
It wasn't when something was said to me, but when something wasn't said to me and implied, when my friends or my family or my teachers used to favor others over me simply because of how I looked or behaved.
So we ran a survey among you and among our friends, and we found out that we weren't the only ones facing such issues. So when asked how people feel in such situations, they mostly say that they feel alone, ashamed, powerless, angry, etc. And when trying to understand how people normally deal with such situations, we found out that they either talk to a friend, a family member, or they just keep it to themselves. They just bottle it up and wait for time to heal. While what they would have loved to see, to find, is someone they could talk to, a safe space, a safe environment, or just, you know, resources where they could read that it's okay, that what they're feeling is okay and is mostly common.
The issue that we are discussing may not be as niche as you may think. Statistics collected from large surveys, as we have shown over here, show that 40% of students fail to seek help for certain issues that they feel. 80% feel overwhelmed by their responsibilities as a student in college. 50% have struggled greatly from anxiety, and as a result, have struggled in society at large. 30% of students reported that they had problems with schoolwork due to a mental health issue, and 50% of students rated their mental health below average or poor. This is shocking. A mere 7% of parents reported that their students suffer from mental health issues in college. We need to do something about this.
So there are multiple platforms available for people to interact. I mean, there is no shortage of social media today. However, what we realized is, given all these scenarios, whether it's not a local problem but a global issue, our problem statement that we narrowed down to was the lack of real, raw, safe, and authentic expression, a platform that allows people to talk about issues that are not freely spoken about, and primarily for college students, because that was our target group. And me personally, being a college student, I realized that there are certain expectations which are not put by others but by myself. So if there was always a digital or a physical space where there is no judgment and free expression, then that is what we are seeking.
So as we hopefully proved to you, it is our unmet need and an innate human need to be seen, to be heard, to be understood for who we truly are. And irrespective of this expanding social media and this chaotic, like cacophonic world outside, where we are always on our digital media, we are always meeting people, we are making networks, but we are not making connections. And we are not being able to see, hear, understand people, nor are we being able to, stand up and show up, be seen, be heard, be understood. And that is the exact problem we are trying to solve. We want each one of us to feel heard, to know that we have a voice, that we have an impact, that the world needs our story. Our stories make sense, they're valid, we are powerful. We need to know we are powerful, and we need to tell others that they are powerful. And that is exactly what we are going to do in terms of the solution. Get together and talk about our real emotions, our real narratives. The main value proposition that we are going to present is to provide a vibrant and safe space where we can actually express and cultivate and explore our inner thoughts and belong to a community which is made of humans and not photoshopped pictures of last night's dinner. Over time, we hope that that will also help to shift the social narratives, break stereotypes, or to challenge, different body types, different mind types, a whole lot of difference in diversity, inclusion, belonging in professional, social, personal, interpersonal setup. We want to focus really more urgently on the college students, because we feel that the college students just on the threshold of those magical 18 years and moving from a space of cocooned parental shelter going all the way into a space where they need to decide their career, their future, they have to think about what earns money, and it's suddenly too much to handle. And we have all come across the glaring newspaper headlines on college students taking their lives, irrespective of how well they are in academics, how Ivy League or A+ grade or tier 1 institutes they belong to. So we want to focus on college students. We want to get them together and talk and listen and just tell them and understand that it is really not that one shot in life that they have got. We want to bring in leaders who can talk about their failures. We want to bring in the community, maybe celebrities, others who can come and talk about vulnerability, and that will open up a space that is really lacking in this world right now. we would use distribution channels of Clubhouse, Zoom calls, or maybe hopefully one day when the colleges invite us, we can go in and we can actually create a group of people where we can just sit around, on like together, like with a virtual fire circle, and really speak our truth and come together. But how does it make sense in terms of sustainability, profitability, and sustenance? So we are hoping that we would be able to get some grants from some social ventures, and as well as the access to their database, because we need to reach out to many people, and we also need to support ourselves and the entire initiative to develop awareness, marketing, posters, and also to create social media, multimedia, snippets, so that the message and the branding goes out properly. So we are looking at any of those kind of facilities, and we are very kicked about our ideas, and we hope to be able to announce our first episode very soon. We will reach out to each one of you, and we hope that you will come and we will all gather together around a virtual bonfire and share our stories. Here's thanking you from our team. Our team is called Team Empathy, and we are 4 of us, myself and 3 very lovely college students who really gave me insight and empathy around this problem. So thank you so much for listening to us.
Thank you so much, Team Empathy. I think such a relevant problem. I think I'm I'm getting even more impressed as we go along, that you guys are just like killing it on your pitches. So amazing. Some real issues that we're talking about today. Next up is Team AA United. Can we get them on the stage, please? Can you raise your hands, Teams AA United? Shintini, you can lower your hand maybe.
Hi, namaste.
All right, the floor is all yours, John and the team.
Hello, everyone. We are Team AA United. We are 5 people, 2 from Africa and 3 from Asia. I'm sorry, I cannot open my video because of the poor network. Then the slide I will not be able to present. So we are Team 14. Okay. So how do you recall your childhood? What are the words that you can relate to when you think of your childhood? Happy, memorable, carefree, adventurous. But what about our children today? Can they say the same? Let's hear the story of Anjali, who's a 5-year-old kid. She was a bright, talkative kid, charming, and she was everyone's favorite. She used to love going to school, talk to everyone, and impress everyone with her charm. But one day, her silence, her charm, everything went, and she became silent. Her sadness, which never used to last more than half an hour, all of a sudden went on for days. The parents tried everything to figure out what is happening, but all went in vain. And one day she complained of a stomach pain, which made her mother take her to a doctor. And when the doctor examined her, and it was revealed that she was being sexually abused. Can you imagine a 5-year-old being sexually abused and not able to talk about it? Her mother was in shock. And she could not understand, how can it happen to my little girl? Where did it happen? When did it happen? She has always been in front of my eyes. How could it happen to my little girl? It's just not possible. And she was in a shock. She tried her best to make her speak up, and ultimately it was found out that the abuser was the teacher. Teachers who are supposed to be considered as God has started doing these heinous acts. Look around, the abuse is everywhere, in schools, in our communities, and these days even in our own homes. So where are our children safe? What can we do to protect them and safeguard them? In India, approximately 109 children are sexually abused every day. And these are also very underrated data because majority of the cases goes unreported. As unfortunately, most of the abusers who do this crime is someone whom you know or you trust. So what can be done? Our goal is SDG 4, which is quality education. And our problem statement is how to curb child abuse, neglect in southern Bangalore, India. And I would like Ola BC to go ahead with it. Is Ola BC there?
Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm going to talk about the solutions. Now, our team was able to narrow down the solutions to about 5 parts. So I'm going to talk about ProCast. So we're going to have ProCast for kids and for the parents, where we'll be talking about child abuse, the signs people should look out for, and what to do when they notice such around them. It could be their neighbors, it could be maybe the school setting, could be anywhere, could be in the marketplace. Then the second part is the virtual school, which we'll be having every month. So this virtual school, is going to come in place of workshops and campaigns. We're going to have flyers, workshop. We're going to involve child psychologists, social workers, counselors, people that these kids can talk to freely without having any fear or being intimidated by anything. Then 3, House of Soccer is a safe place for kids where kids can come and talk about anything amongst themselves. It's a safe place for kids by kids, though it will be anchored by professionals. So these kids are going to be in a non-judgmental zone where they will be able to be themselves, share ideas, talk about things that ordinarily they won't be able to talk about. And at the end of the day, they're going to sit down and talk to a psychologist about whatever issue it is they are having, or if there's any telltale sign. Now, mind you, these kids are going to be there with survivors. That's people who had been victims of child abuse. It's a no judgmental zone. Then where there'll be some route. Number 4, there's going to be like some sort of routine where we have routine medical checkup or vaccine shots. Every child goes to for a year. So yeah, we're going to use that as a form of campaign to reach out to families, to reach out to more families and more people. Then we have our happiness. Then number 5, we have our happiness for life, Happy Family Mobile School / Happy Family School. So this is for the parents and the child, where the child can. Our own interest is to ensure that the parents and child communication is extremely good, where the child can talk to the parents and tell the parents anything they want to tell the parents. It's going like our House of Soccer is going to be a non-judgmental zone where they don't have any issues. Thank you very much.
To strengthen the parent-child so that we can normalize the conversation and encourage the child abuse disclosure without any fear, because that's the most common thing that happens. So let's give them the child what they need, a happy and safe childhood. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Team AA United. Very powerful. Very, very powerful problem statement, very powerful storytelling. Thank you so much for bringing the attention to this. Next up, do we have Think Alt? Think Alt team, which is...
No, our team is not called.
No, it will go down. Sorry, okay. I don't know. I have a little confusion in that, but okay, fine. Is that Think Alt, Nino? Yeah, okay, perfect. All right. The floor is all yours. Okay, we've got last 4 presentations to go. Guys, let's keep the time on 5 minutes. I think everyone's forgotten about it. Let's keep it on.
Spotlight 18 as well.
Okay, Etienne, Arsh, could you also?
He doesn't have a camera, so I
he
wouldn't
doesn't
be
have a
able to do it.
No problem. Okay, go on, guys. All right.
Just a second, please. Let me share my screen and we'll start off. Hi. So yeah, while the presentation is taking its place, we are Team Alt, and today we are going to talk about reducing food packaging waste. Many of us live in cities, and we are very comfortable with the conveniences that the city life has provided us. Even today, maybe after the 4-hour, 5-hour grilling session, we may just go online and try and book our food through a Swiggy or a Zomato app. That would make us happy for sure. That would surely will give us the space to enjoy and have some comfort food from the corners of our home. But like in the Hindi we say, हर चांद के पीछे दाग होता है, हर चांद में भी एक दाग होता है. Every moon, though it's beautiful, may have a small dark spot to it. Our ordering food online has some problems which we would like to share with you. So,
Bangalore is one of India's biggest cities and lies at the center of the country's IT industry. People here often work long hours with no time to cook or eat out. Some end up ordering food online for every single meal.
I've been ordering in food almost ever since the app-based food services began in Bangalore. The convenience of the plastic containers and the experience, you can't really beat that.
While scavengers also live well on the leftovers, the culture of food delivery has drastically impacted amounts of garbage in the city. They have doubled in just 2 years. Across India, delivery companies process around 40 million food orders every month.
So when we look at the problem, we see there is a huge problem statement in front of us. Just a second. Which gives us the option of, while we are ordering online, we do not have an alternative which we can actually opt out of, which results in us as individuals or even nuclear families generating huge amount of waste. And finally, while the waste is at our home, we do not have a way of disposing it off any smartly, so it goes and ends up into the landfill. The statistics shows that in India, there are right now 40 million online food orders happening every month, with almost 22,000 of metric tons of waste being produced. However, companies like Swiggy and Zomato, they have started doing certain small changes in the way how their businesses are functioning. The pandemic is one place where they have realized their carbon footprint is increasing at a very fast pace. They have started changing, making small changes, but the main part of the food packaging is yet untouched. So that is where we have created our problem statement. Our problem statement and the solution was in a way which we have designed, will come in the next slide. The processes which we have, we would let the aggregators to help gain credits by gaining carbon credit points. People who are the customers who are on board would be made to choose greener solutions by changing in their behavior, by giving them discounts every time they make a green solution. And restaurant owners, for them, why would they move towards greener packaging is because they would not be using, they may have a reduction in the amount of packaging costs, as well as they may see a demand from the conscious demand users. So basically, I am now going to lead Deepa take up with the solution of our problem statement. Please, Deepa, take.
Thank you, Shairi. So we did a survey with 82 consumers in the urban and semi-urban areas, and they have identified the same problems and suggested solutions that are surprisingly aligning with ours. So firstly, we are going to encourage customers to be more conscious using a token economy system to incentivize their conscious behaviors within the app. So this helps with waste prevention. And more about this will be explained by Neenu later. Next is we make eco-conscious behaviors easy for them to follow. How? By giving them alternative food packaging solutions like our modular box, which has a smart tag. And what happens is this reduces plastic and toxic waste. And Etienne, one of our members, will explain more about the features of this box, right? And thirdly, we are addressing the waste management issues as well by introducing a reverse logistics model. So all the food that is being packaged in the modular box by the restaurants gets delivered to the customer. Once the customer uses it, he or she can dump all the food packaging waste in the smart collection bins that are strategically placed in housing societies, restaurants, and other places. Okay. So once they deposit the box in the smart bins, there'll be an alert in the app, and that alert system will prompt the workers to take the box back to the restaurant. So this is a reverse logistics system. Alternatively, what they can do is send the box through the delivery partners as well to the restaurant. So each box has a smart code attached to it, a QR code, and the bins are also smart. So everything is trackable here. So Neenu will talk more about the customer behavior solutions that we've proposed. So over to Neenu. Thank you.
Can we go to the next slide? Hi. So all of us know about this, aware of the situation because all of us are ordering food online. So how can we really get into this? So we are providing very simple solutions, changing the behavior of the customers by providing a tweak in the app, adding more to the app. So we are using Zomato or Swiggy apps. You have multiple options, right? So you have an option to opt out cutleries. So we are adding more options to it. You can opt out side dishes or condiments or anything. And added to that, we are also adding a feature of if you are interested, you can know your carbon credits you are adding to the society. So when you're aware of that, you can decide that whether you want to go for that extra side dish. Okay, when we order dosha, I just want to tell this example because I'm South Indian and we order dosha online. So we get 3 chutneys plus sambar. So do we need this? So we can opt out that options and we can earn green credits, which can be redeemed as discounts. So that is a wonderful part of the app. So we are also, allowing the customers to change their behavior, aware of the impact happening in the environment. Then, so we, Deepa already talked about the alt boxes. So we are offering. And since this is thanks to the technology, we can have everything trackable through this app with simple features added to this. And the main, so this is already implemented in somewhere like Infinity Box is one of the competitor analysis waiting. What they're doing is they replace a single use plastic with a reusable plastic Infinity Box, and they have a good flow. I mean, from the restaurant to delivery to back to the restaurant, they have a good flow. But the problem we have identified, or we are going to the next level by providing more sustainable way. We are not going to use plastic for our boxes. We are looking for more sustainable like steel. We have not decided on the material yet, but we will not go for plastic. We are thinking about steel or something. So, and they are not changing the behavior of the people. They are not giving them option to think or aware of the impact they are giving the environment. That is the most important part we are doing. And the hero of our solution is alt boxes or Etienne's boxes. So I would like to invite my friend Etienne to give more insight on this alt boxes. Etienne, can you please?
Well, so this box is a wooden box with thin walls, but strong walls. It measures about 30 centimeters long and 10 high. And the inside walls, as you can see, are of different longer, and they are in wood board. This is a cardboard with a little bit of wood inside to make it strength, to not be folded in the box or to not break, but is still light for the man who carry the food shouldn't be an entire wooden box. If it has been a wooden box with inner wall and outer walls, shouldn't be too heavy to carry. So as you can see on the left side of the screen, you can adjust all the wall inside. This is totally modular, so you can make a perfect box for each type of food, for a burger, for sauces, tacos, whatever you want. It won't move because you just put the walls at the border of your food, and normally when the food is delivered, it arrives in one part, not in pieces. So that's our box, that's our art box. And as you can see, as we mentioned, there is the little code on the box. That's it.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you from our team as well. So yeah, I was just going to conclude it by saying that. Thank you. And yeah, so that was all team. And we were proposing the alternative way of how food can be carried.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Think alt. Nice. Great job. I think you guys sort of focused on a lot of really exciting parts of the problem. So thank you. All right. We've got last three teams, and let's keep the energy alive. Can we all give a round of applause to everyone, encourage them? I'm seeing a lot of chats. All right. So, okay. We're in it for the last three teams for SDG School 2021. All right, next up is the Dream Catchers. Can you guys raise your hands? All right, Team Dream Catchers, the floor is all yours.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So hi, I'm Anamika Kurup from Team Dreamcatchers, along with my teammates Savia, Aditi, and Renuka. So today, let me narrate you a story about a 9-year-old boy named Nandu. He stays in a village named Chote Gaon in the southern part of India. Nandu loves reading and learning, but his former parents expect him to contribute to household chores, and so he cannot go to school. Like Nandu, there are about 28 million students living around India. So, as per the MHRD report, the average dropout rate of primary school is 4.13%, while 4.033% in upper primary, and more than 40% girls drop out because of marriage or due to engagement in household works. And in case of boys, they leave their education because to involve the economical activities and to support their families. Next slide, please.
This might be a consequence of economic reasons, such as the inability of the family to afford the school expenses or the need to contribute towards the family income. There might be non-economic reasons as well, such as lack of interest, poor school environment, or the lack of motivated teachers. Next slide, please.
As is clear from the existing scenario, we need a new system that inspires free thinking and creativity and allows students to follow their passion. And at the same time, we need a way so that this education reaches all corners of the country, no matter how remote they may be. So this leads us to our problem statement, which is taking education to children in the age group of 5 to 15 years all across the country who do not have access to schools or have dropped out of schools for certain reasons. So starting with the systemic changes, we have proposed three approaches to the solution, which is teaching through real life experiences. So this method of education can involve teaching students with the example of real life societies. For example, teaching them social science by giving the example of the place where they live in, or how how different people of different types are treated in their community. And the same can be done for scientific education. We can teach students certain principles of science through whatever they have in their households. And second approach is the liberalization of existing system, which is by giving students a choice of subjects from which they can choose different preferences of subjects from a very young age. And each preference can be taught at a different pace. For example, if the first preference of the student is X subject, so the X subject would be taught at the most intense pace and the most rigorous pace. And if the second preference is something different, the second preference would be taught in a slower pace, and thus it goes down the levels of preferences, the intensity of teaching. So this way the student is allowed to follow their passion and also follow the subjects which he doesn't like as much as they love their most passionate subject. And the third approach is more freedom in learning and assessment. So this can be done by taking the exam pressure off the students and giving them more and more assignments instead of just giving them exams. So we can have multiple group assignments and mark the students based on their performances. Or we can have open book tests where they know what they have to write instead of just memorizing from the textbooks what they have to write. And from open book texts they also learn the right method to answer the questions. So these were the approaches to solution. And next slide, please.
Taking forward these three approaches to the solution, we came up with a model. This model is called as the mobile school, or the school on wheels. It consists mainly of a vehicle like a van, which will carry a teacher and teaching aids to remote areas where there is a deficit of school facilities. It would be equipped with a projection screen for audiovisual content and all the necessary teaching materials. This van can visit more than one location daily, thereby impacting maximum children.
It is also important to take the following into consideration. First, the cost. Second, collaboration with somebody who already has the infrastructure, and also arrangement of pre-recorded lectures. Next slide. Thank you. We hope you liked our presentation.
I would just like to share the model we made of this school on wheels. I hope you can see this. So this is our mobile school, and it has an inbuilt projection screen over here, where pre-recorded lessons can be shown through maybe Bluetooth connection which the teacher has. The van will contain all the equipment needed for that group of children, and this van, the organization which will be implementing this would have worked in conjunction with the panchayats of the village, who will provide them with the space necessary, maybe a small playground under a tree or things like that. And a lot of the work will be done in real life situations. So this is our solution for the education, taking education to the masses. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Team Dreamcatchers. Reminds us of a bunch of projects that we've been doing on things on wheels. And I think we'll talk about it in the breakout rooms, but this is amazing. And I love the prototyping. So last two teams to go. Can I call upon Aqua Guard? But Arsh, don't pin them because they have a video to present. Team Aqua Guard. Naman, Team Aqua Guard. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you, start your video. We're not pinning you.
Yeah, 1 second. Shiv, are you there? Would you like to introduce us? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, Naman.
Shiv, would you like to introduce us? Or I'll just
Oh, yeah, just 1 second.
Okay.
A very warm welcome to everyone here. My name is Shiv Motwani and I'm a part of Team Aqua Guards, which consists of Naman, Ahit, Urvi and myself. We are all students from metropolitan areas in India and have diverse passions and skill sets. We as a team have done something different today and prepared a video presentation for you all. We have really enjoyed the presentations and cannot wait to showcase what we have been working on for the past 2 weeks. So I would like to call upon Naman to share his screen and showcase our journey as students of the SDG School 2021. Thank you.
This issue since our early years in school. Water scarcity is a universal issue faced by numerous around the world, and I'm sure that all of us are aware about this issue since our early years in school. We have been told since our childhood that do not waste water, as this is a precious resource not available to many, unfortunately, which is absolutely a fact. According to the WWF, 1.1 billion people worldwide lack access to water, and a total of 2.7 billion people find water scarce for at least 1 month of the year, which is truly saddening. But what if I told you that no matter whatever you do to reduce your water consumption, there will still be a shortage of water, all because of one machine that is present in all of our households? The water purifier. On average, older versions of water purifiers, which are still present in many households, as water purifiers are efficient and last for many years, waste 3 liters of water for every 1 liter purified, which is an astonishing amount. However, rather than replacing your old current water purifiers with costly modern purifiers, we the Aqua Guards have a solution for you to put a better use of all the wastewater produced. My name is Aman, and today I'm going to share the story of how all this started. So on the day of Holi 2 years ago, when we were allowed to play, obviously, we wanted to fill water balloons via the wastewater that was coming through the RO. So what we did was we filled up one balloon with the using the clean water from the RO, and then when the wastewater started coming out, we started to fill them with that. So we noticed that for one water balloon that was filled with the RO water, the clean RO water, we could fill 2 more water balloons, and obviously the time wasted while tying the water balloons was actually, you can take that as 2.5 water balloons or 3 water balloons at max. So yeah, so that's how we thought that this was a huge problem that was occurring 2 years back. So our problem statement is that Urvi's sister is facing a problem. While she is using a water purifier, a lot of water goes to waste during filtration. Researchers show that 3 liters of water is filtered out and wasted for requiring 1 liter of purified water. Water is an essential commodity that is depleting, and the need of it is increasing along with the rising population. There is also monetary value that water holds. The water filtered out can be used for many different purposes around the household.
Post the formulation of the problem statement, we were supposed to formulate 50 possible solutions for the problem, from which we narrowed down to one, which was plant-based watering system, which we also did a prototype about. Post that, we were concentrated on this one topic. However, after getting reviews from our mentors, we decided to divert our vision from one person-centric solution, which was the plant watering system. We decided to look at a wider perspective, as this was found out to be a problem which was faced by most of the people who have an RO purifier. Then we got to know about the IKEA effect from Dipesh. We thought of executing the same in our solution. Next, we decided to formulate a solution which was a storage unit which will be connected besides the RO purifier, which will store all the water, and then the water can be used for washing of utensils and anything further done in that area. Then we formulated finally a product which constituted of both our solutions, which was the storage unit for water and the plant watering unit, which will further be explained.
The two that seemed the most interesting were the ones where we utilized the water that was rejected as waste for dishwashing, and the ones where we used it to water plants at a certain percolation rate. When it came to choosing between the two during the prototyping phase, we considered merging them both into one. So the rejected water might really be used for dishwashing and watering plants at the same time.
In terms of our present prototype, it includes an intake that gathers rejected water in a recyclable plastic container and a tap that releases it for washing dishes, or basically anything that you can do with a tap. But when you travel or have to leave your house for an extended period of time, you can close the tap and turn the thing over, attach a filter with a percolation rate suitable for watering plants. So whatever water you have left in the container can now be used to water plants, and given plants do not require a lot of water in a day, you should be fine until you return.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Team Aqua Guard. That was amazing. I think that was amazing storytelling. It was amazing video skills. You guys also captured your design iterations. So cool. Thank you so much. All right. Last but not the least, and the final team for SDG School 2021. Can we hear it for travel? Are you guys here?
Yes, we are.
Okay, amazing. Let's get travel on the screen. And this is the last team. Post that, we'll be closing and opening the breakout rooms and to hang out, to share sugar, to do a lot of that. All right, perfect. Can we have all of them from travel?
Perfect. Hey everyone, we travel with team Idea Forge, and my teammates are Ranjini, Mary, Anugrah, and Cyrus. Unfortunately, Cyrus hasn't been able to join us, and Asima myself, Pooja. So it's been a long wait for us. So I'm going to dig deep immediately to tell you that in the year 2018, scientists at the University of Sydney estimated the global tourism industry to account for about 8% of carbon emissions. To translate that, this means 8% was equal to 4.3 billion tons of emissions. Now, to give you a little more perspective about that, let me give you the example of aircrafts. We're looking at an aircraft flying from Mumbai to Delhi, which consumes about 4,500 kgs of fuel. Now, the fact is that every aircraft has to carry additional fuel on them. In this case, they have to carry about 2,400 kgs of extra fuel. And this is for the additional time that the aircraft may have to hover over the destination in case of runway traffic or unavailability for the runways. So what this means is one aircraft here, one domestic flight here accounts to about can we have the next slide, please? Yeah, accounts to about 250 tons of CO2 pumped up into the atmosphere. And this is equivalent to 161 cars running for an entire year. In terms of cost, this translates to about 44 lakhs per day with INR 1 lakh extra hour of the flight time. Now, the point is that the aviation industry is only one vertical under the broad category of tourism factors. If we take into account lodging, transportation, other activities included in the tourism industry, the carbon emission is massive that we're talking about. So, can we have the next slide, please? Okay. So what is the solution to this environmental issue caused by the tourism industry? Can we shut the tourism industry? Well, that would mean a nightmare because tons and billions of people from across the globe depend on tourism for their livelihoods. Can we ask people to travel less? Well, in Japan, people are actually paying $540 to eat meals in a parked aircraft. So that's a perfect example of how all of us are really desperate about traveling as soon as the pandemic gets over. So the question really comes down to what do we do about this whole situation? Now, what we want to do is we want tourists to rethink the way they travel. And we really emphasize on traveling sustainably this time. In the year 2018, UNDP and United Nations World Tourism Organization came up with this little study that actually recognized sustainable tourism as an accelerator to achieving the SDGs. And with that intention of achieving the SDGs, we want to introduce you to our solution. My teammate, Mary, will take you to the problem statement hereafter.
Yeah, I want to introduce you Anugrah. We all know an Anugrah. He's a young 25 years old young professional, self-professed, nature lover and travel enthusiast. He often seeks for raw, authentic and experiential leisure travel. However, he has a problem. His love for environment makes him feel guilty about the increasing carbon footprint that his travel causes, but he doesn't want to give up on traveling as well. He has two basic problems. One, he does not have the time to work out what the carbon impact of his travel is. And two, there is no integrated and convenient platform to provide him with a sustainable and carbon-friendly options. So we want to help Anugrah answer the questions of how he can travel in the most carbon optimum way.
To solve this issue, we have developed Travel, a holistic and easily accessible online booking platform that allows someone like Anugrah to be able to access and act on his desire to optimize his carbon footprint within a few clicks of a button. We provide a three-step solution: measurement, optionality, and offset. The first step, measurement, allows Anugrah to quantify his expected carbon output. It is a carbon calculator so that he can measure the carbon output of his travel and other hospitality options and make an informed choice. The second step, optionality, comprises of providing him with sustainable alternatives to conventional tourism through eco-friendly hospitality options, less carbon-intensive modes of travel, local sustainable tourist experience, etc. The third and last step is offset. No matter what, all travel will generate carbon emissions. We want to give Anugrah the option to actually erase his. After the first two steps through the platform, Anugrah will know his expected carbon output for his trip, and we present a few options for him to choose to offset his emissions. This is achieved through partnering with tree planting organization or other carbon sink providers where Anugrah can contribute small amount that adds on to his booking. We provide the convenience of an integrated platform like a Make My Trip or Bookings.com and channel that convenience as a weapon to provide Anugrah and people like him with the tools to know, act, and offset their carbon emissions all within a few simple clicks. We don't want Anugrah to stop traveling. We just want to see him travel. Thank you for listening to us.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just quickly want to add that our solution really focuses on consciously creating a behavioral change amongst the tourists. So we want to really create a platform that focuses on them being able to measure their carbon emissions before we even talk about reducing it in the first place. So with the travel carbon calculator, we want to enable them to measure their own carbon emissions that they can foresee before the trip. And once people are able to measure their carbon emissions, they're also likely to ask you for a solution. So with the second option of optionality, we want to introduce them to green existing solutions of the travel industry. Now, to give you an example of that, we're looking at solutions like the IDA. IDA is the first cruise company that introduced low emission cruise experiences. So the fact is that these solutions do already exist, but the fact is, but the sad part is that tourists are unfortunately not very aware of these. So with the whole lot of carbon emissions that the tourism industry contributes, you and I really have to care about the problem and look at better ways of solution, because no matter what, we can never stop traveling. That's our time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, team Idea Forge. Jaideep, if you're still here, last words before you leave. Okay, Jaideep's left. I think I wanted him to speak. Okay, great, no problem. But
thank you, guys. You guys make all of the effort of 6 months worth of planning for this program completely worth it. The projects, the ideas, and the presentations, A1, really enjoyed it. Thank you once again for making it all worth it. Thank you from the deepest of our hearts. And all of these key people, some of them are here today, and we would love to call them upon us to say a few words. Do we have somebody from UNESCO?
No, JP is not here. But
John?
No,
oh, yes.
JP is not here. But I'm going to call upon Isabella.
Isabella
from Grenoble. Nicholas, Arsh, you can pin everyone. Isabella, Nicholas, Rosita.
Let Isabella speak first.
No, we just have everyone.
Oh, Nicholas, go ahead.
Well, okay. Up to you.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Isabella. What do you think about today and your feedback on all the solutions?
All right. Well, I might go ahead because I think Isabella has some issues with the camera. All right. Well, first of all, thank you very much, everyone. Well done. I think there were some very serious issues that were discussed today. I mean, we talked about child abuse. We talked about, like the level of depression for young people. And one way of seeing it is to say, well, there's still a lot of work to be done on to reach the SDGs. And the other ways of looking at it is the hope to see some agents of positive change that we saw today, and the great ideas that there were in the room. I think the key thing now is really there were some fantastic ideas. I think the key thing now is to make it happen. And not to leave it here. So I've got a few ideas, but I won't probably kind of, spend the time here on some groups and how the next steps can be kind of achieved and move forward. But yeah, well done everyone. And I'm assuming that you're going to have a great weekend after 2 weeks of solid work. And thank you, and well done for Richa and Dea for organizing this, because I'm sure it has been like some very, very solid and dense work to organize such a great event.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. It's a true honor to have you and SKEMA University joining us this year. Thank you once again for being a part of the program and making it possible to make this happen.
Next up, I want to definitely call upon Rosita. Rosita, are you here? There's so much.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Can you pin Rosita? Isabella, if you are okay, let's go with Rosita. I will figure out Isabella's network issue. All right, Rosita, what do you think? What happened today? You've been throughout the program, right? So what do you feel about today?
I think magic happened today. I was seriously like, what happened here? Because I was there with all the teams since day one, in the first week, especially in the second week, not so much. And between that span, wow, like all of them came out of their caterpillar shell and became butterflies. It was amazing to see the trajectory. I'm missing, of course, like the, physical nature of the camp where we could have just, really applauded and heard the clap sound and celebrated together. But I just wanted to say to all the teams, be very proud of yourself. You've put together some amazing, solutions. But not only solutions, you also had a very good, idea about the problem statement. You made the problem statement so relatable during the pitch session. You actually brought in that connection to the audience who's watching it. And it's been amazing. I mean, we specifically came here for SDG 12, but we got like so many other solutions for intersection of SDGs. And that's what I really liked. And kudos also to all the mentors and all the organizers, all the partners who actually made the teams pitch ready. So yeah, don't want to take too much of the time, but yeah, thanks so much for having me and I thoroughly enjoyed.
Thank you so much, Rizita. It's been a true honor to have UNDP Accelerator Labs and especially you as part of the program. You guys really put in a lot, and it's so nice to have that right synergy between two teams. Your involvement since day one has been amazing. I think everyone loves you over here. So thank you once again.
Okay, before Reva leaves, I want to call upon Reva. Reva, are you still here? Is Reva still here? Arsh, can you?
Yeah, she is here,
Okay,
but
can you?
Hi, yes, I am here.
Okay, hi Reva. So
Reva is joining us from EUREI.
Okay, hi
Yes.
Reva. What do you think about the day? What did you think about? You've been here, part of the program. Thank you so much for supporting the SDG School this year, and tell us a little bit about what you think happened today.
Thank you for inviting us. It was very fascinating. I'm really happy and also, excited to see a lot of these ideas. And I mean, the way a lot of these challenge statements were thought of and the whole diversity of ideas across different SDGs, talking about really sensitive topics and how to also tackle them. This is really inspiring. I want to congratulate all teams. I think they've done a lot in these last 2 weeks, and also everybody at Makers Asylum has also done a fantastic job of having this virtual SDG school and keeping the energy levels up, and also having the sense of community that I see within the SDG school cohort. And this is sort of my first experience of what you guys do. I'm really happy that I was here and I could listen to all these ideas and see how this whole process unfolded. So great job. Very happy to be here and fantastic.
Thank you so much, Reva, for joining us. You guys have added so much value and supporting the SDG School this year. So thank you so much again. And last but not the least, I'm going to call upon Isabella and Grenoble INP, who have been our co-host for the program this year. Isabella, please, word of advice, feedback for all the teams. What do you think about?
Yeah, it's an absolutely very good feedback, of course, and we were really very happy to support the SDG School this year. I hope this is really a first time for a long collaboration. Everybody did a very great job, and I wish I could have been more present during the 2 weeks, and I'm sorry about that. It was a little bit complicated here, but anyway, for all our staff. But I saw very motivated people with great ideas, and I hope they will be able to realize much of them, and especially keep all the process of Jugaad and all they learned during these 2 weeks, all throughout their lives. So thank you very much, Richa, for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Isabella.
Thank you, Isabella. Now, I have to say, because of Grenoble, we were able to support so many of you because they got it on board. So I'm really thankful, Isabella, that you made us at least make this happen. So really amazing, and looking forward to a much longer partnership and getting more and more students join us the next time. So thank you.
It was a pleasure. And as you said at the beginning, Vaiba, the objective is really to foster a community. So yeah, it was a very good pleasure. Thank you all.
Thank you. With that, we close this spot for advisors. I think we have a few mentors. Any of you would like to add a few words before we open up the breakout rooms?
And any one of you as well, by the way, all the participants, all the talents of the program, it is your time. We are celebrating 10 days of real hard work. We've made you sit in front of your screen without a break for 4 hours a day. So any complaints, anything that you want to talk about, the floor is open. And Yeah, this is your time to celebrate. Congratulations. It's been a pleasure seeing
Can I
all
say
you guys
something?
progress. Yeah.
It's not easy to build a community online virtually, and you guys have done a fantastic job. Vaibhav, Richa, and all the teams who we can't see who are working on the background, you will be missed. When I joined this program, I really didn't know what to expect, and I didn't know much about Makers Asylum, but the energy is just contagious. It's amazing. And I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed this journey. And it's truly an experiential learning and a huge success. To pull this out virtually, it's not an easy job, but this is great. With a heavy heart, I have to say, goodbye. But looking forward to engagements in the future.
Don't forget the sugar cubes. We're waiting the sugar cubes from all of you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Thank you.
I'd like to talk.
Sorry,
I just had something to add to what Seema had to say, that when I came in here, I didn't imagine that we could gain so much knowledge about so many different things. Mine is a non-profit organization, and the impact modeling, which Richa did, really helped me understand my own business. And I wish to thank you for that. And apart from that, the entire cohort is so cooperative and so much fun. So thank you, Vaibhav and Richa, for organizing this.
Even like working in a team.
Thank you.
Fun.
This is
working in a team would be such a fun we never realized.
Sorry, one second. I'm going to start pinning people to, sort of talk. Fortunate, go for it. What do you want to say?
Okay, thank you so much. I would like to appreciate Makers Asylum for organizing such an online bootcamp. I have learned a lot here from Zimbabwe, but what I can say is that for the past 10 days, I was in India and I really enjoyed. Enrica, you were just reaching out to me, supporting me. Sometimes I would say my internet is low, but you would support me. Special mention goes to my team, like Komal, Rachid, Rahal, and Ariana. Thank you so much. We really enjoyed everything of this team. To the entire cohort, thank you so much. I look forward to collaborate with you in future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
I have something to say.
normally
very less occasions I get emotional. Normally I'm not that emotional, but this is something like, even I doesn't know most of the team members being here, but it's like a family. We're all like a family. Makers Asylum has some magic which gets deeply which gives us a deep connection. Making new friends, meeting new people. Especially I'm gonna miss my team. Komal, Arya, Rajat, Fortunate, and not only on my team, the entire team. Even I was connected with Deepa, through this program. We had been clubhouse for a couple of programs. Amazing, I'm a big fan of Jaideep sir. I was been reading his books. Jugaad, I used to read his books. It was like a surprise when I meet him, get him down here, talking with him, getting mentorship from him. That's all like dream come true, likewise. And this is something amazing. Thank you, Ninu, for being in our social town and for letting me in this program. See, I do run a non-profit organization, and of course, I do have a for-profit organization as well. But than an entrepreneur, I always love to be called as a community builder. I run Startup Grind, I run Techstars, but Makers Asylum is something big magic. I'll keep on talking. All love goes to Vaibhav, Richa, Ash, everyone is something amazing. All wonderful participants. Now my big friend, Dean. This is something like great, amazing. I'm getting emotional. Love you all. Miss you all. Great. If there is any chance, I want to meet you all down there. Amazing team, amazing ideas, amazing projects. Miss you all. Love you all. We all be a family. It's like a family. Thank you, Makers Asylum, for bringing us all together. Love you all.
Thank you, Rahul. It's been awesome to have you.
I still remember, Vaibhav, that day, the team, the day you announced the team and you said, whether you like it or not, you have to be there. with the team. But the collaborative projects which we have done together is so amazing. And we never knew that, it will not be a team. We will be discovering friends after this. So thanks a lot. Together with the core objective, we have even got a huge cohort members as a friends now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr.
Yeah, I would just like to add to that to say that a lot of people, a lot of women from NSRCEL are here, and we would love to have you, Webhub, and Richa to come in and talk to all of us. We are really happy to be with you guys. The first day, it was a bit shocking, and we were wondering what are we going to be doing and how we're going to make it through these 10 days. And I think we sailed through pretty well. It was such a joy to meet all our other members, and also the little research that we've done. Just something I'd share with you, and which left me kind of astounded, that when we were working on a project, we found out that a country like UK considered sanitary products as luxury goods, and condoms and razors were not taxed. So you see the patriarchal kind of society that we live in. So it's added knowledge, it's added friends, it's added a lot to us. And one day, hopefully, I guess, if we could do this in person, I think would be fantastic. So in the meantime, I thank you all.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. It's been an absolute pleasure having you.
Yeah, I should thank every one of you, because whenever we come up with an idea, normally, we are reluctant to come and talk to someone, but any idea is good. That's what you taught us, that we didn't have to rethink when we have an idea, and just when we come and talk to you guys, because there are always mentors and people like you who are trying to tell us that, yeah, it is good. Let's go ahead, do the research. You can come up with more data and things like that. Thanks for that, and thanks for this wonderful family.
Thank you so much, Rangini. It's glad to hear that.
I want also to say a big thank to you, to all the organizers of this program, and to all the people who are taking part of this program. It was an amazing experience. I've been I've learned so much. And I want to say in Hindi, I will try to say in Hindi, Men aap sabhi se pyar Qatar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John. This is one really, really important part of the program, at least for me, which is the cultural and the human level connect. And it's so beautiful to see you guys feeling it and being here with all of us and joining and being part of the family. I think programs, projects more projects will come in your life. You will do a lot of things, but the human level connect, the people that you met here today is something that each and everyone will take back from this program. And I'm so happy that this network of the program is shining, and it's so beautiful. So thank you once again. It's a true honor to be able to do this. Go ahead. We'll have a few more people and then we'll open the breakout rooms.
Hi, so this is Shairi, and just to add on to what Jasmine and Nimisha has been saying, quite a few of women and entrepreneurs from IMB and SRCEL joined in. On Monday, we had our pitch deck submission, and that was the day in the evening you had the first sessions, and we joined in after that. So we are submitting 2 pitch decks back to back over a period of 2 weeks. But this has been, the last one was stressful. This has been such an engaging journey where we learned to interact, talk, work on so many different aspects of it, and it has just been amazing. So thank you for creating this space, and thank you for everything that has been happening for the past 2 weeks. Best of luck, and I hope this kind of helps many, many more future people in the coming years. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much, Sari. Great to have you here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Webber. So I would like to tell a story. Like 2 weeks back, when I was asked, okay, you are to go and attend this Maker Asylum, right? So I'm an educator in a school. I thought, okay, till 2 I'll take the classes. Then you expect me 2:30 to 6:30 sit here and attend a workshop. But believe me, at 2 when I used to finish my classes, I was looking forward when 2:30 happens, and 2:28 I used to enter the Zoom meet with the full energy. And the way you guys have taken it forward, the way you deliver, the energy level, you can see right now I'm also feeling fresh. So that freshness you have really added, how you can sit 4 hours along and do the work for 2 weeks, present, document, even at night. So that zeal I'll be taking forward, how to keep that, and connect together like that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Can I have a word?
Please.
So yeah, I have participated many international delegate programs and conferences, but I don't know what magic makers Asylum have, because in the same duration from 12:30 to 6:30, I have been participating in many organizations before. I have worked with many governmental and non-governmental organizations before, but this have a different feeling. I just like I support with the words of Rahul. Even I have a very little moments when I feel emotional. I feel very emotional. I'm having some goosebumps with me when I'm saying this. I don't know how to express my feelings to you guys. Miss you all, love you all, miss you.
Anamika, why don't we dedicate a song for
No.
Come on. Let's all dedicate a song for Make Us Asylum. So whoever can sing, please be on stage, and let's all sing a song and let's
yes,
dedicate
Anamika, from the social town to Make Us Asylum, I would like to add it because one of my community member, Olabisi from Nigeria, applied. And then, many from Zertlan applied, and many thanks to Richa from the last day. I was messaging like, can one more person can apply? Like, she was like, okay, let them send. And special thanks to Richa and Olabisi and Amika, Rahul, Bhavya, and after me, a lot from the IMB also, applied.
Thank you, madam.
All right. Thank you.
Anamika, say for a song.
We can sing a song together. That will be.
Yeah.
We can show the power of social town to others.
Ready?
Ready. Which song?
Sing something Hindi so that we can join.
Yeah, Hindi.
Sure.
जाने क्यों दिल जानता है तू है तो we'll be all right. Yeah, sing now.
Sing.
Everyone should sing.
Yeah, where is Olabisi?
I don't know. I think she has some network issues.
Let's sing then.
Yes, Anamika, you can go ahead, please.
No. First, everyone should sing together. This is a team. Teamwork is.
Like everyone, let's sing a Bollywood song. Everyone please join. What are the song okay with you all? Let's all sing together. That's what,
Mix
come
it.
on. Oh, let's all come on.
I'm starting it off.
Yeah, great. Start it.
Yeah. तू है तो टेढ़ी मेढ़ी बातें उल्टी फुल्टी राहें सीधी लगती है तू है तो झूठे मूठे वादे दुश्मन के join in guys. I'm singing.
When you sing a song, you should understand. Let the opposite should also understand.
They should know.
Also know the
lyrics.